Hello everyone and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Rosie and I'm joined today by the wonderful Ash Millman.
Hello, it is I. Wonderful.
Wonderful that she is. Yes. And we are incredibly excited because we've been playing Horizon Call of the Mountain on PS VR2, which is a phenomenal game.
Yes.
I think it looks gorgeous, it's fantastic to play, it's gripping, and it's just the PSVR 2 in general is fantastic.
Yes, and that's what we're going to go into in this video, is lovely Horizon Call of the Mountain thoughts and feelings and just, everything that we've been doing whilst we've been playing, because there's loads of fun stuff to see and do. Rosie, I had the pleasure of having a little look at the demo of the game when we were looking at the PSVR 2 headset. So this was your first proper time with the game in its full build with the headset. How did you find it for your first impressions? I
loved it. I mean, my first impression was, so when I play any PlayStation VR game, I'm someone who likes to have fun, silly little moments, and Horizon Call of the Mountain immediately at the beginning, I felt as if you had the epic moments with the tall neck walking across, and it's so big, and you have your friends. Well, they're not really your friends, but the people in the boat with you. I called the guy my captain. I was like, Captain, can you see this? Oh, that is cool. That's really blooming cool. Captain, look. But I was fully already with the sense controllers trying to point at things for them. I get fully invested in the world. And when I say that I like being silly in a VR world, Call of the Mountain later on has, the instruments you can play. And I picked up a plate and I thought, I'm just going to throw this on the ground. And it smashed to pieces. I had an apple, and the first time I ate the apple, you can see it in the recording, I opened my mouth naturally. Yeah. Just like, ah. And just seeing it being eaten away, and how that, later on you find out that's part of your health, which is on the I just really, really liked it.
Yes, it is totally just mind-blowing to see straight away. It's gorgeous. I don't think we can emphasize enough how pretty it is just to see.
Yeah,
it's so
I felt
crystal clear.
I felt like when we first started playing it, because you were in the room with me, I was like, wow, I'm spending a lot of time just looking around. But you really do. When you start climbing, after every climb, as you go higher and higher, you can't help but be like, what's down there? What's up there? What's over there? Yes. Which is good for the archery, but also just because it's just gorgeous you really feel like you're in the world of Horizon.
Yes, and the archery, which I think we've spoke about previously, about you pull it over your shoulder and then you get your arrows. Sorry, I'm remembering my left from my right there. You have to get the bow out and then the arrows and pull them back to do your actual fighting, which makes you feel so immersed and like you are actually a super cool, Kaja bow warrior. Yeah. It's so good. But they hide all the little targets around that you can use as collectibles, so you can find hidden targets, shoot them with your arrows, collectibles. Obviously, it's part of your combat as well, and just having it out and kind of walking around, being a bit defensive, I've got my bow out, what am I going to do? If anybody going to come for me, I'll get them. Having that out is so good. My favourite part, which we have to talk about because I'm pointing my finger erratically, is the way that you change your arrows and reload and craft things.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It's so good. So you turn your wrist up and then you can select whichever arrow you want, whether that's an electrical one or a fire one, and then you get all the different components pop up when you select it, and you have to build the arrow on your arm to make your ammunition, which is so cool.
It's fantastic. You have the little outline saying you can pop this here, but putting it together, you really do. You're like, wow, this is just, I'm making the arrows. It's fantastic. I also like I was saying about my silly little nonsense, but there are interactive things as well, such as painting on the wall. Yeah. I love that. As soon as I saw the paint, I thought, yes, this is my kind of game. And I tried to paint a lovely little watcher on a sunny day.
It actually was really good. It put my nonsense to shame.
Oh, thank you.
When me and Rob did it was rubbish. Yours was great. The watcher on a sunny day, iconic piece of art. I hope that's on the screen. You can just see it.
The iconic piece of art.
It's the watcher.
Are you ready for my art? Ta-da! It's a watcher in the sun! Do you like him, Ash? Woo! Woo! I think it looks like a lovely chicken, but it's my watcher. But, I mean, you're saying about, one of your favourite parts. One of my favourite parts is also when you're crafting the pickaxe.
Yes, I watched you do this and I was like, I want to go! Yes, it looks so good.
It was so good because at first I thought, I had the stick, and I just thought that the separate parts would be, you know, for 2 separate pickaxes. You know, I don't know how to make a pickaxe in real life or anything. But then I saw some instructions, and I thought, oh, hang on, I'm just being really stupid. And when you actually put it together, and then you have your 2 pickaxes, it's like, I felt great, but also actually using the pickaxe was so intense and satisfying. You know, when you have to fully run and jump, and then it goes slow motion, and you're fully like, just please get the rock, please get the rock. Oh no, they did not like that. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't get the other one. Thank you so much, Pickaxe. Oh, that was so cool and intense. It's like a good workout as well, because you really feel as if you hammer it in as you're climbing. On some really like suspense intense situations.
For sure, the suspense is high, both like figuratively and literally, because you're on top of a mountain. Just to kind of give like a brief overview of the story for the game as well, to kind of encapsulate that, is you're playing as a Shadow Karja warrior called Rayas, who has been captured by other warriors and is brought to justice back where they're taking him basically in their little boat. They're taking him away to get sorted out and be judged for his crimes as a Shadow Karja warrior. So you're a baddie with repentance basically, and then you're attacked by machines. You get separated from your group and you're brought over after managing to get away from everything, get yourself safe, and then you get beat over the head with a rock by your mate and taken to Dawn's Reach, I think Dawn's Grasp, where you are judged by the Sun King and Aloy. So
we met Aloy.
She turns up, and then it's kind of like your task to redeem yourself, to help find some missing people, and to find your brother as well, which is part of the task of the story. So there's all sorts of bits going on, and as you go, you can take different paths to explore. So I was playing a bit where you climb up the top of the mountain and you can choose either path, like one to kind of find your brother, one to take the pilgrim's path that Aloy has suggested, and they're different each way, so you can look and see one way. I chose not to go the one way because I thought, oh my god, there's so much swinging and jumping, and I doing the jumping really like psyched me out, being so high up. Like
there were many times when you did, like if you missed the jump, you fully screamed.
I did. Like falling to my death was terrifying, Rosie. What can I say? But I chose the one that was more climbing than it was jumping, and there was this gorgeous, let me tell you, it was gorgeous. There was all these beautiful blue butterflies kind of floating across the screen.
Yeah, you called them your little friends or something, didn't you?
I did. They were so adorable, and that was like that unique take on that path. So you get to go and experience all this gorgeous nature, see all these little butterflies floating around as you're climbing. It was so serene and just, oh my god, I wanted to live there surrounded by these little blue butterflies just having the best time. It was gorgeous, and I know that it wouldn't be the same if we went the other way, because it was a completely different path with all of these different ropes and slings and pulleys that you could see in the distance as well. So it's not just like, oh, I go here, this is the path. It's like, okay, I can see how that's going, and I can see what kind of thing I've got to do here by looking up and looking around. That whole like perspective is just, it's so good and utilised so well in Horizon Call of the Mountain as well.
With the headset as well, whenever you've got an enemy just swooping over you, and you can feel it in your headset, that's I can remember, like, that's when I really felt in the world, where I was just like, oh my god, I can feel them, they're coming. And there are just so many like moments where, like you say, you're just wandering around exploring, and then suddenly there's just some action that happens, but they're so exciting and intense.
Oh my god. Oh, that was really scary.
I had a fight where I had to take on three big machines, and they were all like pouncing at me, and you know, you start off with just the one and already you're getting excited trying to dodge their attacks, and you're ducking, and you can hide in the grass at first and like sneak up attack them and stuff, and then as soon as the other two come in, you're immediately just grasped in the action.
Yes.
I was fully getting like panicked and thinking, right, okay, dodge, duck, bow and arrow, boom, gotta get some apples because I'm low on health. So it really has the whole world is just so exciting and gripping and just wonderful, essentially.
So how the dodging mechanic works is you're given a path that you are then stationary on, that then you can pull to either side, whether you're doing like a side step or like a massive dodge. You can go around this little circle that's set up. It's basically your combat arena is what you're given when you're in the middle of combat and have to do your dodging and fighting and firing, and it is so frenetic and good, and it makes a massive difference from the movement in the game itself, which is all very free roaming. Like you have to do this maneuver.
I love it when you're fully jogging away.
It's so good.
You have to move your arms as if you are going for a little jog, and it's so much fun.
It's so natural to go like as well when you're running, like to get it go really fast.
I just felt as if I was on a lovely little stroll. I was like, I'm in Horizon Land, and I had a brilliant time with it.
For sure. And then you can kind of choose your direction that you're going. You can move it on the controller or kind of like look around and then run in your different directions. So you feel really in control of your character, and like you can do anything you want to when you're moving. And then you get back to the combat, you're in your position, you're in like fighting stance so that you're not pressing any buttons and going anywhere that you can't see your enemies. And then you're going around this circle, dodging, ducking, weaving, getting your arrows out, picking which one you want to do, and just like blasting them with fire or ice or like sparkers. Oh, it's so good. It's so satisfying.
It's the same as well when you're jumping off a cliff, like I was talking about the pickaxe earlier, and jumping to grab a wall or use your pickaxe on the wall. You fully have to do the arm motions to run.
Yeah.
And then you have to move the sense controller towards you in order to do the big leap.
Oh my goodness.
But it's just very, again, it's exciting and intense, and just adds to the world building of it.
Grabbing the rope is stressful.
You loved grabbing the rope.
I hated grabbing the rope in a great way because it felt so real. It was like I was very much nervous about doing it, but excited to be in the middle of a high-octane action sequence, even though I was just standing still and then jumping. So I was really like, oh, I've got to prepare myself. But yeah, I grabbed a lot of ropes.
I'd have to say as well, going back to when we first met Aloy, this is when, again, my silliness in VR comes back out because I love doing this stuff. I'm someone who, if I'm in VR, if the character's talking, I like to move the hands as if they're in the conversation.
Yes.
And this is when we discovered, because obviously when we first saw Aloy, we thought, it's Aloy! And I think it was you who tried to reach out to Aloy.
I tried to stroke her face and she was like, ugh.
Yeah, but that's the thing, they react. Like, all the characters are like, whoa, get away from me.
What are you doing, you freak?
You freak. So literally that just meant every single character you had to just be like, I tried to pat their heads, I tried to hold their face tenderly and everything. But the little detail, it's like they knew that you're going to, people just want to pat characters on the head or something. So the fact they added in the detail of the, whoa, what are you doing here, buddy, was just another really lovely detail I think they added in. And also with the eye tracking, when you can have conversations with characters, just using your eyes to select, because naturally if you're reading something, you look in that direction and the next thing you know, it's highlighted and bada bing, bada boom. You can just immediately just go into the conversation. So again, this was my first instance with the PS VR2, so I was just so impressed by all of the tech behind it, but the eye tracking was just phenomenal, I thought.
It's so cool when you're in your first menu and you're like, like eyes going crazy. It's so good. Like that, it catches everything that you're doing, like even the way you blink. You were blinking like one eye and then the other, and it was knowing what you were doing. You're trying to keep your eyes open the whole time, getting all of the horizon call of the mountain.
Yeah. But that's the thing as well, even when you're aiming with your bow and arrow, I fully had the one eye shut to aim and stuff, and it just knew.
Yeah.
It feels so satisfying when you're shooting the targets.
Yes.
And then if you're getting one and you're like boom, and then you look and get the next one immediately after. I was loving it. I loved aiming and using the bow and arrow.
For sure.
You find something, like that, I found that actually. Well, I was gonna say you find something, throw it off a cliff, but I don't want to throw that off a cliff because I can't. Right, that's quite a far away one. Oh, but I get it first time! I'm the pro of archery! Overall, I just had a really great time with this game.
Same, and I can't wait to play some more of it and just get in that PSVR2 headset with the little sense controllers, because all of the haptic feedback that comes through it, again, is just another immersive part of it. Like, you really feel like you're in there. You really feel like you're feeling everything, seeing everything super clear. It's so good. And Horizon Call of the Mountain is just the best example of PSVR2 doing everything possible. Like, it's so good.
100%.
But yeah, I agree. Great
I
time.
have to say as well, just quickly, the climbing. Oh my god, the climbing's so much fun, and
it's scary.
It's scary
in
again.
a good way.
It's like it's got the action intensity, and it's just exciting.
Yeah.
And you really do feel like you can't help but. I made noises, but feeling like you know, when you're climbing and stuff like that. Oh, hurry up! Pick that up. Oh. So I just had to say big shout outs to the climbing mechanics.
You'll be doing a lot of climbing.
It's
just
a
like
lot of
Aloy.
climbing.
Aloy eat your heart out with the new climbers in town. So.
So this has been our little preview on Horizon Call of the Mountain on PSVR2. To summarise it, it's just fantastic. It's a brilliant game, PSVR2 is brilliant, and you should definitely play it because what an experience you will have. It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh look, I'm in Horizon, there's loads of stuff around and some waterfalls. Throw my stick, get on with it. Now we're gonna go and save my brother.
But in terms of access, please stay tuned to the channel because we have loads more PSVR2 content coming up for you with loads of different PSVR2 games, so please get excited for that. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and hit that notification bell so that you stay up to date with the world of PlayStation. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye!